Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be filling in the March spreads in my reading journal, and I think I'm going to do like a green fairy garden vibe. So I'm going to go with this paper for a background. I have this tip-in that I made that I'm going to show you in just a second. And then I think I'm going to be using fairy stickers out of my two favorite sticker books. So I made this before I started the video. I just took a coloring page out of my Forest Fairies, Mushrooms, and Goblins sticker color and activity book. It has different little coloring pages in it, so I took this one out and I just colored it with colored pencils while I was listening to an audiobook. And I'm gonna glue that in here as a tip-in, but then I also made it to where this door will open. So by doing that, I just took the like inner page that was right here, I took it out and glued it onto the back of the coloring page so that once it's flipped over onto its other side, it kind of blends in with the theme. Like I said, we'll be putting that in there. I just kind of wanted to have some like green spring-ish things. Just anything that I felt went with the vibe that I was trying to go for. To start, I'm going to go ahead and work on this side of the page. And I think I'm going to kind of do like a half page thing here. I have not had time to go to like town. So I grabbed some hopefully better glue from the dollar store. I have a dollar store just a few minutes away from me, but the nearest like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or anything like that's like 30 minutes away, so I have not had a chance to get my tape refills due. Get that off. That's a sensory nightmare. Shit. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to put a sticker down there. Okay, for my March sticker, I found this piece of paper. Okay. Try to center that. And then I think I'm going to kind of do the March down at the bottom because I've been doing the months more at the top and I kind of just want to switch it up a little bit. And then again, I'm just trying to layer things and kind of give it like a scrapbook feel. So I kind of want it to feel like a filled journal with different like bits of like memorabilia and stuff, ephemera that they put in here. I hate using liquid glue. Kind of feel like I need a few more of these little pieces like this. I have this that I could cut up. And this is just a piece of packaging from one of my journal say orders that I did last year. So again, I'm just gonna try to layer some stuff in here. And if for some reason the glue doesn't want to stick, I do have my glue gun. I'm getting this everywhere. I hate it. Actually do kind of like that tilted in that spot. So again, I kind of just want to get some fairies out of here. Maybe some of these that kind of look like stamps or pictures. These are cute. I'll do one or two of those. Oh, these are cute. These are definitely a possibility. Here's more coloring pages. So my husband bought me this for our anniversary or Valentine's Day. I can't remember now. It's Valentine's Day. These are a possibility too. So are these. Those are cute. I like this one. It says a floral fantasy in an old English garden. But I think I just want some of the fairies just by themselves. Something like that, maybe. Also have fairies in this Woodlandia one that I really like. Wish this was a little bit more green, but that's a possibility. Oh, that one would be perfect. I might put that on this side. Just have to cut it. I think I'll go with these. Okay, it's not quite what I had in mind, but it'll work. I got a little busy. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side before I do the tip-in. Oh boy, I messed that up. So I kind of want to just do it similarly to the other side. Maybe a corner piece. I think on this side I want to do that big fairy that I saw in here. This one. Okay, so I'm actually gonna cut this. I'm just cutting this a little closer. Next up, I'm going to glue in my tip-in. So if you've never done a tip-in, it's very simple. You just take your liquid glue and very carefully, more carefully than I'm doing. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Just put a tiny amount down the middle. And you just stick it in the crease. And then you close your book. And mine I'm pressing down pretty hard near the spine because it's, yeah. But it shouldn't take too awfully long before it's in there. Now mine, the glue got way too far to the side, so I'm gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna cut out a couple more pieces of this to kind of tie both of the sides together. Okay, that ended up looking awful right here, so I'm just gonna come in with some washi and do it that way instead. This is going to make it even harder to shut. Yes, absolutely. Let's trim this up. But one thing about stuff hanging off the page is it makes it look even more like a journal. There, and it actually opens a lot easier. This does, not the plug. Okay, there we go. It is what it is. Okay. This side I'm actually really liking. This side, not so much, but one thing I do want to do is put something on the door when I open it. So let me pick out a sticker. Okay, so I chose these little, I think they're supposed to be brownies. I think they're cute. And so then I'm going to flip it over. I kind of want to have some more things. Motherfucker. There, my fingers are sticky with stupid glue. There. The other thing that I have is this little, like, crystal looking thing. And I'm going to glue it here on the door. There's like a little doorknob. Do I need more 3D things in my reading journal? Probably not, but I should open that door a little bit better. Now I feel like I need something here. And I just realized that my camera was not recording for that last little bit. So, anyways, here it is. Yeah, once again, we have a chaotic reading journal video. Sorry about that. This part, I'm not super sold on, but I do like how this side turned out. I think that's pretty. So anyways, let's go ahead and flip through my individual book spreads for March. And remember, don't look too closely if you don't want spoilers. So look at the pictures, not the words. First up, I read Operation Bounce House, and I pulled out the quote, "Miserable people are fond of laying blame on someone else for their problems." And I put the creepy ass AI Roger in there. Then I read Agnes Auber's Mystical Cat Shelter, so I put just a bunch of cats. And then the magic can be stored in items, so I just picked out a bunch of like antique looking stickers and put them up there. And I pulled out the quote, "Would not the world be better off if we contented ourselves with the small miracles of life?" I did a green vlog for St. Patrick's Day where I read books that had green in the title. So I read The Enchanted Greenhouse, Anne of Green Gables, and Green Rider. From The Enchanted Greenhouse, I pulled out the quote, "She felt like she fit in his arms like a book properly shelved." From Anne of Green Gables, I said, "You can nearly always enjoy things if you make up your mind firmly that you will." And then finally from Green Rider, I pulled out the quote, "Never forget you are a creature of free will. Free will is everything." From The Dragon Reborn, I pulled out the quote, "Just because fate has chosen something for you instead of you choosing it for yourself doesn't mean that it has to be bad." For Runebreaker, I didn't pull out a quote. I read that one on my Kindle and I just didn't like highlight anything. And for me, it's hard to flip back through a Kindle book to look for quotes or whatever. So I just left it as is. I colored a picture from the Romantasy coloring book that my mom got me for my birthday, and I put it in there. From This Is How You Lose the Time War, I just pulled out some blue and red stickers because the two characters are called Blue and Red, and they call each other by different random things that are blue and red, and so that's what I did for that. And for my quote, I said, "I veer rhapsodic, my prose purples." And then my comment on that was "no shit," because the whole entire book was purple prose, to the point it was like kind of hard to read actually. From Cytonic, I remembered to pull out a quote this time, and it is, "My soul was fire." And then from Six of Crows, I pulled out something that they say to each other all the time, which is "No mourners, no funerals." And I just put 6 crows on there. That's Kaz with his cane. I thought that was funny. But anyways, yep, that's it. Those are the book spreads. So I'll have to come back and put in the book covers if I decide to. It's not like super necessary, I don't think. Anyways, yep, that is it. That is March. So for April, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do my like decorative cover spread, and then I'm just gonna do a spread for my spring equinox, and then any books that I read past that, I'll do like individual spreads or 2 on a spread or something like that. But anyways, that is it for this spread. That is it for this video, and hopefully I will see you in another one soon. Bye guys.